Um, in the last couple of weeks, we focused on society problems and of the, on the future of our economy. And the Citizens Opportunity Alliance would like to remind you of our main focuses, which are improving the economy by stimulating small businesses, improving the education by focusing mainly on the teachers, and our front burner is making healthcare more available to everyone. So before everybody you've heard talks about what they stand for and why they stand for that, and I'm going to take a different road with you because I'm not only going to talk about that, because I think we had plenty of time to discuss that in the debates and in my speech, in my first speech. So you probably are all aware of the things I'd like to achieve and where I would like to focus on. So what I'd like to do now at this time is to kind of educate the voters to vote in the right way. So I'd like to state a problem, and that is a really big problem in my opinion. I think it is not okay, and it's not the way to go if you are standing here and you want to get voters, you want to get people to vote for you, and what you do is drag people down. So I am kind of disappointed in some, I'm gonna say some, not all, in some of my fellow candidates, because what they do is they are not focusing on the problems here. They're dragging each other down just to win. So what I'm saying here, the will to win is stronger than the will to improve society. They're not focusing on the problems and trying to solve them, but they're just trying to win. And I don't think that is important at all. So I do understand that in an election, during an election like this, you need to be competitive. But if you have to shoot others down to make yourself look better, that's not really okay, because that means that you have to focus on others' negative points to make yourself look better. But instead, if you just focus on your own strong points and send those out to the people, then they can understand way better who is the better party. So if you have to drag people down, that's really sad, because making yourself look good is just not the point at all. So what I will do now is not convince you to not vote for others. I'm not going to convince you to not vote for the others. I'm going to, however, convince you to vote for me. Not because you think the others are worse than me, but because you think that I'm the better option. So, because of this, I'd like to really educate you on how change works. Because if you have a problem, you need change. Obviously, we need change. That's clear to everyone. But you know, if you want to change something, you do have to be reasonable and realistic. Because you can't ignore that change takes time, it just does. If you want to change something, you can't just turn it all around, because, you know, many factors are involved in society. And that's why I'd like to explain this to you. If you have a problem, you have to find out, is this really a problem? That sounds really easy, but sometimes people think something needs to be changed, but it doesn't. So is it a problem? Then when you think it is a problem, you want to change it. So what happens? You're going to think of, how will I change this? Many people just focus on the solution, what they want. What do I want? You can't get to where you want if you're not going to think of how you get there and is it really necessary to get there? So you really need to make a realistic plan. If you don't, then it's just not going to work. So what I would want to tell you is really look into what you're going to vote, because the other candidates might try to look other candidates worse than they are, just because they want to win. But what we want is someone who will actually make the change and get there, solve the problems we have. Is it actually going to work that way? Is it? So, let me see. I do understand that some people might have some questions on how I will do things when I am president, or what am I going to do. If you still have any questions, you can just ask me. If you have any questions regarding my goals and my focuses, don't hesitate to ask me, because I'm here. Also, we have a website and everything is explained on there as well. So yeah, thank you for your time, and remember, teamwork makes the dream work.